right, sir. Hey,
Yeah.
just because you got a firearm in the car, okay, we're just going to do this the safe way, okay? So, what I need you to do, can you undo your seatbelt for me?
Can I call the supervisor here, please?
What?
I would like your supervisor.
No, you can talk to him afterwards.
Sir, I would like your supervisor
Okay,
here.
we're going to talk to him afterwards.
Can you call him on your radio?
Huh?
Can you call him on your radio? He's not trying to call his supervisor on the radio.
We're
okay, I'm a citizen too, bro.
Okay,
it's like, and you work for public and safety. You're doing your job. What's your cause? What's your cause of stopping me? Is what I want to know. You didn't even give me a cause. You said for your tent. I told you I got
that's
a ticket.
probable cause to pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you.
Whoa. That's way. Whoa. Are you
Raise
serious?
your fingers on the back of your head.
We've got code 3 cover coming.
Whoa.
Okay. Undo your seatbelt with your right hand.
Oh,
We're not
wow.
gonna play this game, sir.
Hey, it's all good.
No.
It's all
Lean
good.
forward towards the seat.
But this one.
Sorry, towards the steering wheel. You want to switch close and go?
Yep.
All right, do not move. Got it? Pop out. This car. Wow. Yeah, I was trying to do this low key.
Yeah, low key, putting the gun to my head.
Keep
Put
your
the gun.
fingers
You want to put the
in
gun
legs,
to my
right?
head, all right? That's crazy.
Yep.
Do not resist.
I'm not resisting.
You know what I'm
Wow. Why am I being detained?
Charles 18, he's handcuffed.
Sir,
I pull you over, okay? You're nervous, all right? Then you tell us there's a gun in your car. I ask you to just cooperate with me and get out of the car, okay? So I can check and make sure that
this
that is your gun.
is exactly why I want a supervisor.
Okay, well,
for
he's
stuff
on
like
his
this.
way now, okay?
She pointed the gun to my head.
We are all recording him.
She pointed the gun to my head.
Welcome back, my PBM family. Welcome back. Another episode of Old School Cops. This one is pretty special. As you know, I normally ride with Shane, but he was a little late. He's on another assignment. So I made a phone call and I got a whole crew. So we went from a 2-man unit to a jump out squad. I have the new guy on the block is Dominique Izzo. He's gonna be riding with us today. You all know Old School David Katz, Dave DEA. And you know Tone. Tone's a detective, first grade, sergeant, gang investigator. So what we're doing right now, you guys send me the video and we give you our feedback and assessment on the video. This particular video, very disturbing. Now let me explain to you one thing, right? When an officer pulls their gun, right, that means that the threat level is so high that they're about to use deadly force if the threat level even rises a little bit more. So whatever that officer perceives, that officer should be at almost the highest threat to use deadly force. The young man got pulled over. You could tell he was being a little smart ass to it, but does that require her to pull a gun? No. He was asked did he have any weapons on him. He did say, I have a weapon in the car. It's in the trunk. She could see his hands. She could see in his immediate area to where the gun wasn't in his where he could just grab it. He said he's a licensed firearm owner, which in his state, it's fair game. You shouldn't just have a gun pointed to your head because somebody's just being a little smart ass with you. The male officer, he was pretty much the contact officer. She was the cover officer. That means he will make contact, he'll start the conversation. All her job is to do is just to cover him to make sure that he's safe. And if the guy is kind of escalate any danger, she's supposed to be making sure that she looks out for him. None of that exists. None of that happened when we was looking at this particular incident. He made some few statements that said, just being a smartass, he felt like he was in Nazi Germany. She's going to take that, and we all know he's being a smartass. But I can tell you right now, when an officer uses any type of force, it's all about articulating. So she's going to articulate, well, I was a little afraid. He started talking like, saying things about Nazi Germany. That was not the norm. So she's going to try to make a strong argument that her life or the fear level, her fear gauge was constantly rising. To me, looking at that, it was just a female officer who took being talked to like a smartass, took it to another level and wanted to show him who was fucking boss. So she pulled the gun out and put it to his head, and everybody see what played out. Officers like that are very dangerous. They shouldn't be on the job, and there's no excuse for that. That wasn't a justified use of force in my eyes, my training experience. Go ahead, Dom, you got it.
Females don't belong as street cops. It's as simple as that. No female belongs as a street cop at all. I'll stand by that until there's no longer any life in my body. They always escalate stuff. They have this inferior complex, worse than a short man, and they have to prove themselves, and they're always operating off of emotion. And that's a very blanket, hardcore statement I'm saying, but it's what I stand by. You see this all the time. Females do not belong in high-stress situations where instant decisions have to be made, and that's my pure breakdown of any type of video when it comes to use of force in a female.
Thanks, Don, for that. Thanks. Go ahead, Tom.
Wow, that was a broad brush that he painted, and I've been with some female cops who are better than some male police officers, you know. But it's fewer than what should be. So to that point, you know, we should pay attention to, you know, their behavior, conduct, and how they actually perform on the streets. But let's get back to the real cause. I mean, the whole situation to stop. Where Joe, I got probable cause. I make the stop. You're my backup, Joe. I tell you, just watch him. I run his information, right? Does he have warrants? No warrants. Do I write him? Do I not write him? I do write him. Maybe I don't write him. I run his record. If I find out he has a weapon, you check. Is there a weapon? If there is a weapon, you go ahead and get a warrant later. But all the escalation, I'm writing summonses or I'm not. Joe, you watched him. Thank you. Have a good day. Here's your information. Sign. Have a good day. End of story.
Thanks, Tom. Dave.
Yeah, what I think probably happened, and I'm trying to figure it out. She had a attitude right from the start. Yes, he's a smart ass, but that's no excuse for not being professional. What they probably did, they're running his tag, and what pops up, by the way, when you run that tag, the fact that he's got probably a concealed carry permit. So now they're coming back. She's come back to the car saying, well, and the guy didn't even tell us. I don't know if it's a state where they're required to notify. I always tell people, I do it myself, but if I get stopped, you know, I'm retired law enforcement, I am armed, just want to let you, give you the heads up. And I've never had a cop respond anything other than, no problem, thank you for telling me. So they probably figured out that way that there was a gun in the car, and then, I don't know, maybe they got ticked off that he wasn't being forthright. I don't know, but you can't get,
He did tell him, I have a firearm in the car.
Yeah, but she asked him first.
Okay.
She asked him first. She said, "Is there a weapon in the car?" So I'm guessing they probably ran it and they, figured it out that way. I mean, listen to me. It's a minor point, but listen, if you're if you're watching this, you have a concealed carry permit, and you're stopped by a cop, it doesn't hurt to say, "Officer," just let me. Like in Texas, for example, you're required to notify. Most states are like that. Some are not. So just a thought.
Let me ask you something. By law, you have to notify by law.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Illinois, you do.
Okay. And it's for mutual safety, because I mean, if I'm carrying a firearm, a cop comes in, sees a gun on my waistband, well, that escalates. But if you say, "Listen, officer, concealed carry permit, I'm armed. What do you want me to do?" I mean,
no.
In Texas, they say nothing.
Everyone's armed. I was just wondering, because some states that you're not required to ask. I'm not required. So that's why I was asking. But she asked before her partner came back, because she asked, remember she signaled him? She signaled the partner and said, "Look, he has a firearm in the car." So it was never given, the information wasn't given over radio that he had a gun. She just pretty much asked. And like, a suspect told me one time when we was talking about drugs, he said, "You never ask. If you're not required by law and you don't ask, then that's on you." Still shouldn't have led up to her catching her feelings, getting her feelings, and pulling the gun. When she did ask him, he said, "Yeah, and I'm a licensed carry. I have a license to carry." So I just think that she just has major issues. She shouldn't be on the job, and it was obvious that he was being a smart ass, and she didn't like it.
Joe.
So,
Joe,
you got something to say?
No, I just got a question for everybody. Has anybody here on the panel ever stopped somebody who actually had a weapon? Or I'm talking about legal, lawful license to carry a weapon.
Yeah,
I have.
Right?
Right.
and so have I. Did that change your response? Did it?
Yeah,
When I
I was
say change your
happy.
response,
Yeah, put me in a great
okay,
mood. I was like, "Holy shit!
yeah, okay,
You're exercising your Second Amendment. Awesome, thank
yeah,
you."
yeah,
Oh, I remember that guy
yeah,
clearly.
yeah.
It was great.
Absolutely. I never thought twice. In fact, I never arrested anybody who legally had a permit to carry a weapon. Everybody who I have arrested in my career didn't have the legal authority to actually carry a weapon. I never had a law-abiding citizen with a license. Well, when I say that, right, there was this one person, he had a permit, but it had nothing to do with the permit. He had a domestic situation, and he didn't have the weapon on him, but I had to arrest him because of the domestic. But I never had to arrest some. If you had a weapon on you and you were licensed and legally had it, and by the way, in Virginia, it popped up through DMV,
Yeah.
excuse me, that you have the weapon. So I knew you had a weapon. And there was no issue. No issue.
I think most cops respect people who constitutionally carry. It's a nice, believe it or not, it's almost like an American camaraderie. It's like you carry lawfully. That's awesome. Great.
Yeah.
And for,
agree
and
with
for
that.
me, when I stopped somebody and they was licensed, it kind of gave a sense of, okay, he had a background check, so I know I ain't dealing with the one who got felonies, because
Yes.
you can't possess a carry permit with a felony. So it was like, okay, so at least I know that much about this person. It didn't change everything. I didn't start going out drinking and patting him on the back, but I was like, okay, at least
Right.
I know he did it the right way, so he doesn't have any felonies. It's good to know that. So, like you made a good point, man. Like people who did it legally and are carrying legally, those are the ones I've never had a problem with. It's the ones who carried it illegally is the ones that cause more of the problems than anything. So, I get it. I definitely get it. I understand it. Anybody else got anything to add before I shut this one down?
I mean, you guys remember taking verbal judo?
I appreciate that.
Remember that? So, they talked about your professional face. Someone could say anything to you that they're telling you, you're talking trash about your family, about you, and it's your professional face. You can't let that affect you. So,
Free speech.
Yeah.
First Amendment.
Yeah, and not to to bash women, but it seemed like it affected them a lot more on the job versus men.
Well, I think you just coined pattern recognition, and that's why. I'm sorry, the exceptions does not disprove the rule, and women do not belong in that position. Yeah, I've worked with a few great female cops, but at the same time, as a specific gender, they do not have the mental or emotional fortitude to work patrol.
Don't forget the physical, Dame. Don't forget the physical.
No,
I agree.
The physical is worse. Physical is worse because the problem is
absolutely.
if all four of us are on patrol and we have one sister in blue, you're gonna treat her. We all know what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna have a feeling for her one way or the other. Everyone's gonna feel like a connection to her. As men, we want to protect her, so we coddle her. And there's a video of a New York City female cop who's just one of the bystanders had to pick her up because she got blasted right in the face with a fist. And the male cop, her partner, instead of putting the guy in handcuffs, he's tuning him up. That's the problem. Is females on duty, if we're with a female and she gets jacked on duty, we're going to feel a certain type of way. And all of a sudden, our emotional resolve when it comes down to restrain goes out the window. And instead of taking somebody to custody, we're all going to take turns throwing in an extra 2 or 3 shots. That's the fucking problem I have with women being on patrol.
Right.
Hey,
Dominic, it's the same rereason why men and women don't play professional sports together.
Or
Absolutely.
in the military. That's why you don't have women on the front line with soldiers. They take a round. You and I are on the battlefield. You take a round. Yeah, I'm going to triage you, do what I got to do, and then I'm going to keep going. There's a nurturing aspect men have as protectors and providers. You see your female partner take a round, your mind's going to be fucked because you're going to go, shit, I got to focus on her instead of completing the task at hand.
Yeah, I think Dom has a good point here because everybody has worked alongside of a female. You do feel like an obligation to be the one that I will take the brunt of whatever type of force needs to be used, and you're kind of like the secondary. No, I got it. You don't normally do that with another male officer. If us here are all about to challenge Terry Crews, we're all looking pretty equal and saying, yo, I'm gonna grab this side, you grab, I'll hit him here. But with a female, you normally might say, like just call for back. I got this. So you make a valuable point there, Dom.
It's not meant to disrespect women. I'm not shitting on them without reason and rationale. It's not clearly. It's a blanket statement. It's not all females, but it's a majority of females. And the sad thing is, until there's a standard, because the argument is, well, there's a lot of guys who shouldn't do the job. Of course, but there's only two genders. So you got to take one, and one is physically superior by base, by bone density, by leverage of joints, all that shit, and then muscle mass. So if that's the case, then that eliminates removing men from it. When it comes to females, it is, and I'm not going to say this either. You take a hormone pill. I'm sorry. Every 28 days, women have a flood of hormones, which there's studies that show it changes the way their brains function. I am not about to put my life in the position of safety by a woman who's going to make a discretionary decision on her cycle of the month when science proves that their brains are affected. It's not right, and it's not fair.
Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Dominique Izzo. He's telling it like it is. Hey, before we wrap this up, right? Can you guys, right? Y'all just heard Dom, right? Could you actually listen to what he said and think back of, you ever had an experience that support his ideology when it comes down to females? Because I can definitely tell you a story exactly where an officer called for assistance. And and it was like a 13, like, hurry up. I get there, and all she's doing is holding the guy's hand. The suspect didn't want to be arrested by a female. And she's calling us. So as soon as I get out, she just let go and was like, go ahead, get him. So I walked up to the guy ready to swing. He was like, no, I'm not fighting her. I just can't go to jail by no female, man. And I wasn't letting her cut. He said, I turn around, I put my hands behind my back, I cuffed him. But the mere fact that she just let go once I got there supports Dom, his ideology about how females are conducting themselves on the job. And like he said, not all, but a large portion of them are treated exactly like this. Anybody got anything to share about that?
Well, I would say this. If you're going to have standards for law enforcement, they've got to be uniform standards. You can't say, well, this is the standard for male recruits. This is the standard for female recruits. That's like the nonsense they pull in the fire department. Well, firefighters, if you're a male, you've got to carry a 200-pound dummy down a flight of stairs or up whatever, but it's not anything like that if you're a female. That's just an absurdity with focus on political correctness rather than actually providing the best service for the public. So, listen, I've worked with a lot of great female agents, but again, we're not doing patrol. It's a whole different ballpark. We're playing in here. So, physicality is really important. And, Dom mentioned bone structure. There's a reason why you can't have if you're in a martial arts gym, a woman, their facial structure. If you hit a woman, you're going even with half the force that you have, you're going to do tremendous damage. It's not a matter of being sexist. It's a matter of just observing reality.
Their legs are longer. Their hips are at a different position. Even the leverage point from their elbow to their shoulder, based on the fact that their humerus is genetically longer. You're going to get weaker positions because you have a longer bone that supports a joint being then correlated to your hand for wrist control. It's anatomic and it's biology. It's biological.
All right, Tone, wrap it up. You over there quiet. You don't want to insult.
No.
Your wife's around?
No, hey.
She's in the next room.
Yeah. Hey, on the fun side, I agree with everything what Dominic and Dave just said, except for one thing. I will put my boxing skills against their judo skills any day. I will get in the ring with either one of them. I will knock them out. Boxing is number one. Guys, I'm just having fun with you guys.
All right.
Hey. It's been good. It's been good seeing you both.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Always. Look, Jay. Dominic's like, set up the match. I can see his face right now.
I'm 50, but I'm still fucking crazy.
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Go, Dominic.
How old are
I'm
you?
with you, brother.
Man,
I'm 50. Yeah.
Oh man, you kids.
Yeah. Dave is 70.
All right, let's not push my age a little bit.
I pop. I pop.
Pushing
Yeah.
towards there. What time is it? I gotta take my Geritol and get my. Hey, don't knock it.
Hey, Tone.
You'll get there.
Huh?
Yeah, Tone, your relief's here, bro. Let Shane do the last one.
Go, Shane. Go for it, brother.
You.
Tone, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Got it. All right.
Tony looked
Right,
out.
Tone.
All right, David, you could put up Shane.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Hold up, hold up. All right.
What's the next video?
Oh, that was it. That was it for that was a wrap for that. You didn't do the closing one for you didn't do the close for Justified or Not.
Okay. You want me to close it out?
Hold on, Shane. Just let me drop Shane. Hold on one second.
Okay. There you go. He's back. There you go.
All right, Joe. Go ahead and wrap Justified or Not, please.
All right. All right, my PBM family. You heard it from Dom Izzo about females on the job. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to continue with the old school cop segment. What I want to do is you guys continue sending videos, and if you want to join the panel as a civilian to bring your viewpoints, you're more than welcome. That's something new I'm doing this year. I'm getting more of my supporters' engagement. All these videos that I give assessments for, they're all you guys' videos. You guys are sending these videos in, and I appreciate you. So keep sending these videos in. That means I don't have to search for videos. You guys must love the assessments because you guys are constantly sending videos in. So like I always say in each segment, we try to make it educational. On the side of the road is not where you give your argument in a courtroom. So please, officer has a home court advantage on the side of the road. Take your fight to the courtroom, and see you next time.